Today I'm going to be talking about an incredible book. This is probably the best book that I've read this year. Yeah. The First Time That She Drowned by Carrie Clutter. This is a beautiful cover. This book did such a good job with a very difficult subject, which is mental illness. So it's about this young girl. She just turned 18, and for the past 2.5 years, she has been in a psych ward. Obviously not of her own volition. She was placed in there by her parents. At the beginning, you're like, what did she do to get thrown into a psych hospital, basically, at 15? So the story opens up basically 2 to 3 days before she's about to get out of the hospital. And so you see a little bit of her life, like a snippet of her life in the hospital. It didn't seem like it was terrible. It just seemed like it was very strict. There were lots of rules and stuff like that. And but she did make a lot of friends. It was good to see that camaraderie, I guess, and her not just kind of feeling like totally abandoned. Her family like basically tied her up in the car and like dropped her off at this hospital for years and saw her a handful of times, like did not really communicate with her in general. She felt very abandoned because, you know, here she is in a very critical time in her life, feeling unloved, unwelcome at home, just like no one wanted her around. What's so gripping about these kinds of books is that they're realistic fiction. So you know that this is true in somebody's life. This is obviously a fake story. It's fiction, but I know that I can relate to so many things that she feels and things that she went through. And I'm a real person. So you know out there that this could really happen, that this could really be someone's life. And I think that's why it's so gripping. Just such an incredible read. I was a little hesitant to kind of like really get myself deep in this because I kind of knew, okay, you know, yes, there's going to be some kind of trauma because the way that the character acts, she just has a hard time accepting love and believing that anyone could accept her and really actually like her. She thinks she's ugly. She thinks she's just not worth anybody's time. She really is in deep with depression, and I can really understand that, unfortunately, and I know I've had the same thoughts. So it gave me chills at times to read like this novel because there were so many relatable aspects to me personally. She is molested as a child, and she didn't even realize that it happened until, you know, later in the book when she's actually making out with this guy and things get kind of heated, and then she's like freaking out and like throwing him out of the room and screaming at him. You start to see the healing at the end, and that's such a great way to end this novel because this character goes through so many horrible emotions. Her mother is very ill, mentally ill. She suffers from obviously depression and lots of other crazy things. And so she puts off blame on her daughter. She withholds her love from her. The whole novel has an affair because she says that the main character, Cassie, gave her the idea. Like, you just want to punch the mom so hard, knock her out, and then like hug Cassie. Like, that's the feeling the whole time. It was just really great to see a novel that took its time with hard subjects like that, and a mentally ill mother, a very distant, weak father, family members who were just cold-hearted and obviously abusive, and to take a subject that's that dark and really difficult and to have you coming out of that world smiling and happy for her and knowing that she's got a shot, basically. And this writer, this is her debut. So well done. I am so impressed with this woman, and I thought that it was just an excellent read. I know this as a writer. What she did takes a great deal of skill. She told the story in present and past tense. That is so hard to do. When I first started it, immediately I wanted to finish reading it. I didn't want to put it down. I kept thinking about the book when I wasn't reading. This is really how people feel when they're abused and unloved and feel like they can't trust anyone. So anyway, thought it was incredible, and I definitely say that you should read this if you're interested in that kind of a thing and seeing what mental illness is really like played out, I guess. So to sum up, if you just want to be awed and want to read the best book that you've read this year, basically, then I would say go pick this one up. This is The First Time She Drowned by Carrie Clutter. 5 stars. Thank you for watching as always. I hope that you enjoyed that one. Bye.